Day
Okay.
29.
It's been a month.
29 days. It went pretty fast.
It has. So,
This is
the
our
big question
update.
everybody's asking, how much weight have we lost and how's your pain changed?
Okay, pain.
Well, first let's tell them, whoever doesn't know. We started a diet called, it's a paleo derivative, but it's for the autoimmune protocol. So it's eliminating things from your diet that cause histamines, basically, things that make you flare up. So people with autoimmune disorders or all kinds of other things. It basically will heal your gut, and then you start to add other things back in. I think you're supposed to wait 6 weeks, and then you can, if you're feeling good, then you can start to add things back in. So it's like healing you. And so I'm doing it too, and I didn't have any sort of ailments or anything. And
This is making it
I feel
easier
great.
for me.
Yeah, it's easier for us to both eat together and for me to cook correctly.
So we weigh in on Mondays, and we both lost approximately 10 pounds, give or take.
And I wanted to lose 10, and I can't believe I'm already there.
10 pounds. And it doesn't, it's weird how that happens. And as far as the pain goes, okay, so some of the pain that I have, I'm not expecting that to just fully go away, but I had said earlier, like a couple of weeks into this, the way I felt made it easier to deal with the pain. And now, just in the last couple of days, I have felt something different. There's a weird, like I was telling Steph, like when I go to tie my shoes, it sounds weird, but when I go to tie my shoes, on my left side, when that area is bad, I have to get in a weird position to do it. It's not that dramatic. It's not like I'm not just sitting there crippled, but I'm like, it's uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
But the last few days, I've been able to just do it normally. So
Which is great.
yeah. And I attribute that to the diet. We're fasting also.
Intermittent fast.
Intermittent fasting. So I mean, they're all gonna have an effect on us.
Yeah.
But the diet is supposed to help relieve inflammation, all that. So that where I'm feeling that pain is not a bone-on-bone situation. So that area is loosening up. And so in this morning it felt even more better. So, the combination of things we're doing, I think, is helping that. It's too early to say.
A lot of people, it takes them a while to actually start feeling to be recovered. He's had this autoimmune disorder. It's basically arthritis. The kind of arthritis he has is in his injury areas where he's had
several
accidents.
Yeah. So
Car accidents. And so the arthritis, and I didn't even know this, it's something that can be reduced by diet or eliminated by diet, which is crazy. So had we known that, or known that even existed, we just thought, okay, it's arthritis, he's gonna have it forever. Everybody has arthritis when they get older, but he had to get it younger because he had injuries there and it caused arthritis. But no doctor told us or anything that there was even another option. They just always pill pop, and Steve doesn't want to take them, so he just suffers through it. So I know he doesn't want to talk about it.
Yeah, it's not like it is what it is. But I feel really, really good on this diet. And the fasting, all that stuff. We both lost 10 pounds, and I exercise, and Steph exercises like she's active, but she doesn't go and
I do
go
not
out to
ever
the gym or
exercise.
anything.
Ever. I don't.
You do the evening walks, and if you're out doing whatever
Well,
you're
we walk our
physically
dog
active.
at night. We walk the dog for like half an hour or whatever, and that's fine. But I don't go out of my way to do any exercising whatsoever because I despise it. And I would
But
rather
like-
diet and starve than exercise.
Okay, but that ain't the point I'm trying to make. Is we're both losing the same amount of weight, and I'm doing considerably more exercise than her.
Yeah.
So it's weird. It's so it's not something. If you did need to do it, because losing weight, if you lose weight, it does make it easier on your body.
That's true.
Like, you could feel there's a difference. Like everything has to work a little harder. If there's some pounds that you need to get off.
Yeah.
So I think that's helping, but it's too soon to say on ultimately what it's going to be. But it's not too soon to say that I like the way I feel. Yeah. Oh, it's definitely I think it's been a major improvement. I can't explain to you how mentally, if you're good mentally, you don't get into a rut of just focusing on something that's uncomfortable. Like it just doesn't, it's not, it's uncomfortable at times, but it's not as overwhelming. It's just like, whatever. And I just go about doing what I'm doing. I feel stronger. I have more endurance. I'm definitely getting stronger. I know I'm getting stronger because I work out and I can see the results. The endurance, like I've got more endurance, and my brain, you know, still got weird things about it, but I feel like I'm sharper. I mean, it's a good, I think it's great.
Where do you feel like you're losing it?
Losing my what? My
your
brain?
weight.
I have no idea. Like, I seriously don't. The other day, like I just when we started this, the week before we started this, I bought like, you know, it was getting warm, so I bought several pairs of shorts. And that's the first time I've shopped in probably a decade.
I usually buy his stuff and then I take...
Actually, it's been 20
I go
years.
to TJ Maxx or whatever, I bring home a bag of clothes, force him to try them on, and then I return almost every single item because he's always grumpy, and by the time clothes are getting, I don't need anything, and he'll have 20-year-old clothes, and so that's what happens, and that's how his life has been. But he actually got to the point where he's like, you know what, I need shorts.
My shorts were too tight.
Yeah,
all my shorts were like, they were all too tight.
And he didn't want me to go in and get some. He wanted to just go in and pick some out.
It was a spontaneous thing.
He wanted specific things with the pockets. I mean, there's all these things that he wants, but
that's not what the video is about.
No.
I got a bunch of shorts, and now they don't fit. Like, seriously, like in a 3-week span, I like all the shorts I got too, but they don't fit. But that's fine. But I don't know. I mean, I know I lost some gut, and you know, and our goal, you know, like Steph said, it'd be nice to lose 10 pounds, but we weren't like going, oh, we got to lose weight. That's not
the goal is to ultimately have you be pain-free, and then if we lose some weight, awesome.
Just have a better quality of life.
Also, we're not getting any younger. I'm 45, he's 57. It's going to be harder and harder for us every year to lose weight, so we might as well do it now.
Yeah. So the losing weight is just something that happens on the side of it. It's easy.
Yeah.
This is easy for us to do. Like, I mean, we've gotten used to it. Steph's gotten really good at figuring out the foods, and I know that part will keep getting better.
Yeah,
you have.
As I get more recipes under my belt and I learn that
if we add just being able to add eggs, okay, after this
and black pepper.
Weeks, oh yeah, eggs and black pepper will be like, see how much you appreciate it. This does make you appreciate things like that. Although the food we're eating, every meal is so freaking nutritious. Like, I mean, every meal is a really good collection of things. We have vegetables every single time, and fruit, you know, like it really is
We try to eat all organic and all grass-fed and all cage-free. I mean, that kind of thing. So it is more expensive, but we aren't eating out at all. None.
Yeah,
and
we save
are
money
not
on that.
going to Starbucks.
No Starbucks.
We're not doing, well, we already didn't do anything other than those things, but I mean, we would eat out often. We'd get, let's go get burritos for dinner, or let's do whatever. So
we're
eating better, we're
honestly,
feeling better.
It doesn't matter how expensive it is. If we have to cut in other areas and it's something that benefits us, you know, mostly me, I guess, like if it works, then it's an investment in yourself. I mean, why wouldn't you do that?
Also, I must say, we eat everything in the fridge and freezer.
Everything.
That's the crazy thing. I'm ordering groceries all the time because we're eating everything.
Yeah.
And so it's really weird.
Nothing
actually
goes
not just
to
go
waste.
through the fridge and throw stuff away. It's like, okay, there's a little bit of broccoli left. We'll just throw that for dinner. Stick it on there.
We eat it all.
Yeah, it's weird.
And we're not eating a ton of food. I mean, we are, but we're also not. You know
I'm stuffed when we eat breakfast and dinner. I'm stuffed both
lunch
meals.
is hard to. Lunch feels like it comes too soon.
Yeah, because we're eating breakfast at 9, and sometimes I'm really behind. It ends up being like 9:30.
Because our fasting is a 16-hour fast.
Yeah, so we're only eating between 9 in the morning and 5 at night, which gives us our breakfast and dinner.
It sounds like when you hear that, it sounds like, oh, that's a lot of time to eat. But after our breakfast, we're starving.
Stuffed.
Yeah, we're not starving.
By the time noon comes around, we're still full.
Yeah.
So like 1 or 2, then we're like, oh, we need some snacks. And then we'll just snack on stuff. So, and the cool thing about it too is I'm not a great cook, and I'm going by these recipes and stuff. I'm not a natural cook where I can just think up things. I can follow a recipe and do it, and I blow it all the time. But anyway, it's kind of neat because I'm limited to these same ingredients for things, so it's easy. It's like an easy thing to cook.
What happens when you get other ingredients?
Then I'm gonna get
like
overwhelmed.
Eggs.
Well, you just want
Just
eggs with breakfast.
I do want eggs for breakfast, but I'm not jonesing for anything. Like there's literally nothing. Well, the banana pancakes, I'm not like, oh, I gotta have that, but they're freaking delicious.
They're so good.
Like they are. That's like it's like having dessert. I mean, it really is.
They're
good.
really good.
But I don't have any.
I made waffles 2 days in a row too, and the first day was a crispy waffle, and it was gross. I had to borrow the neighbor's waffle machine.
I liked the waffles. She didn't care for them, but I thought they were as good as the pancakes.
And the second day, it was a much more waffly waffle, but I think I just don't love waffles unless it's an Eggo waffle.
I also like the crisp, the carnivore crisp. We did a video on that. This company sent us that stuff. Those are nice too, because if you're not real hungry at lunch, you know that at least, like we take that in the car with us.
I ate pork loin, chicken, and eye of round. Those are the 3 I ate today. What did you have?
I had elk. I just ate one. Elk.
You ate some pork. I saw you take some pork out.
Pork loin. Then that was good. Elk, pork loin, and I think there was some liver left, or did we have liver or heart?
We had both.
One of those. Some of that.
Okay. Well, and we haven't dipped it in anything. Like we're just eating it. Like, and then we'll eat something else with it. Like Steve ate another banana pancake for lunch.
There's things out there, and again, like if you think of this stuff as being expensive, then think of other things you're doing in your life that you can cut back on that are unnecessary. Like we're not eating any junk food.
No.
Like we had so many chips in this house. Chips were going out of style.
It was just the one kind of chip.
But we're not doing Starbucks. I've been drinking green tea, and I've grown to love it. It's like I really, really look forward to it now in the mornings.
I'm still drinking coffee, which is my only cheat.
That's not really
because I said I wasn't going to give it up, and I'm glad I didn't. But I've thought about.
You don't have to though.
I know.
You're doing it for me.
Yeah.
And that's not a big deal. But I would drink coffee again. Like if that's not a problem.
Once that gets reintroduced, it's on.
But I like the tea a lot.
But you won't be going to lattes. You'll just be drinking black coffee, which you like that in the morning.
I like that a lot too. So. But I do 2 bags of green tea, and then we got organic honey. I just put that in the other day. That was really good. But even just the straight tea, it's really grown on me. I enjoy it. So I guess our update is that we
lost 10 pounds.
Yeah,
I haven't done any exercising whatsoever. Steve's been exercising, but he exercised before. Some of you guys joined us on the diet. I know some of you did. It motivated you and you wanted to do it too, and that's awesome. But for anybody that was on the fence and just wanted to see if it was going to work for Steve or not, you could have lost 10 pounds.
Here, I'll tell you, I'll share this with you guys.
It went fast.
If you've watched this long. So I have a couple things, but one of them we won't know yet because I have uveitis. Mm-hmm. And uveitis is where your body, it sends cells into your eye and it attacks your eye. It's
your body autoimmune disorder is when your body for no reason decides that something that's healthy tissue is bad for you. You get a sliver and it starts shooting it out. Or like maybe you would reject a liver or whatever it would be if you got that. It's your body protecting itself by rejecting something, but your brain, I guess, gets confused. I don't know what does it, and says this healthy tissue is foreign, get it out. So his body rejects his eye.
Yeah.
It wants to pop his eye out of his head. It's really painful and terrible.
It sucks, but here's the thing. And I didn't want to I don't talk about that stuff, and it's not because, the only reason I'm sharing now, if you watch this long, you probably are having things that you deal with. It does me no good to talk about it or complain about it. It does me no good at all. So that's why I don't do that. It's not.
He also doesn't want attention and people.
Yeah, I'm not
doing whatever.
It does me no good. But I will tell you this. Okay, so just before the diet, I had a situation with my eye. Okay, it's happened to both eyes, but we went long period without having it. I say we, there was a long period where nothing happened.
Like 10 years.
Yeah, that was
he went back to back getting uveitis over and over, and then went 10 years without it.
Yep.
And then it just flared up twice in a row.
Okay, so on this most recent one, what happens is I get steroids, and I have to do it like 4 times a day, and then it goes 4 times a day, then as it starts to clear a little, then they go 3, taper you off, and this time it took I want to say 2 months.
It takes
maybe
a
longer
long time,
than 2 months to get tapered away, to where he sees the cells in there, and as soon as they start to diminish. So this time, when I was finishing up was when we started this, the first week of this.
Mm-hmm.
And I had told my doctor that too. I went into the doctor's office, and I'm not saying this is a diet because I've had this happen.
It's an eye doctor.
Times in my life. Yeah, my eye
For
doctor.
this.
So I go to the doctor, and I told him, hey, I'm doing this thing now. And he was saying, that's great. And he was telling me how that he recommends that to patients doing, not necessarily the same one, but that food. He said, use food to help yourself. And I always have to do the eye chart when I'm there, and my vision improved.
Yeah,
so I was like, they're like, hey, your vision improved. Nothing like super dramatic, but it would have improved. And then just the last, I don't know which day I told you, like I told Steph.
It's been several days, the last 3 or 4 days now.
Yeah, I got up, I take Putty for a morning walk, and I'll bring my phone, and sometimes I'll listen to a podcast or something. And I was walking, and I'm looking at my phone, and I'm reading what's on my phone.
He doesn't need distance, he needs...
I usually put one contact lens in for reading, but I haven't been wearing that either. I don't wear the contact when I go out because I'm supposed to get good sun. There's this stuff I'm doing that, like it's supposed to be good for your eyes. But I go out and I'm reading my phone, and I'm looking at what I want to listen to. And then it dawned on me, because I carry a pair of glasses so I can pick the podcast, and I'm like, wow, I can read. I can see this stuff. And it doesn't last all day like that. And it's happened to me every day now. In the morning, I can see for the walk, and even sometimes it goes on in for a little while. But it's all more morning based. So I don't know if that's part of. Sorry about that. I don't know if that's part of this or part of just going out and getting, because it is good for you first thing in the morning if you go out and it absorb the light.
Vitamin D.
It's good for your eyes. It's not. I'm not even going to act like I know how to explain it to you, but there's science behind it, and it's good for you. They even have lights that they make for people to try to mimic that indoors, but nothing beats the outdoors, especially first thing in the morning. Like how you start your day, you come out, and it's really healthy for your eyes. So, but this diet and the fasting and stuff, it could be helping that too, but my eyes feel good. I don't have any, I still, if you see me like blinking and stuff like that, that doesn't mean my uveitis is.
No, you'll know when he has his uveitis. He has a fluorescent red eyeball.
Yeah, it's, like I said, we've went a decade before. I think it was longer than a decade with nothing, and now we just had this most recent. And that's another thing that spurred on doing something else, is because I don't want to go through that again. Like
it's dangerous. You get immune to steroids, and so they can't treat you anymore. And so he got to the point where he was getting back to back to back uveitis, to where he was getting resistant to a steroid. And they were saying they were going to implant a radiation pellet in his eye.
Yeah, how bad does that sound?
In his eye. And then he was going to go blind. That was the next step. And then the other eye can do it too, because he gets uveitis in both. And so it's really bad. It's not good. And so he got all of his amalgam fillings taken out, because I read about that and thought that might have been it. And it could have all of them but one, the big one. And so if he can keep that one big one in there and not have to get an implant, then that would be ideal.
That was interesting.
He doesn't want to get that out.
This is how bad it was. I hate going to the dentist.
Yes.
But when Steph, she even talked to this lady that wrote about it. She's a lawyer in Chicago or something. And she talked about the fillings and how it helped her with uveitis. And so
she just got a bunch of dental work done and swore, and then she got uveitis for no reason. And she'd gotten a bunch of metal fillings put in and swore it was their fillings, and then got them all taken out, and it went away. And so
pictures
10 years later or whatever, I found that article, or that, not an article, she was just a message blog. And she had a weird name. She was a lawyer in New York or Chicago or somewhere, wherever it was. And she had a long last name. So I just typed it in, lawyer, and with that last name, and I just called her. And she answered it. And I said, hey, before I make my husband take all these metal fillings out, do you still think that that's what did it? And she said, yes, I definitely do. And so I made him take all his fillings out, but he had one giant one, the big one.
I keep saying giant. It's just a bigger
I know, it's just the bigger one. The one that he's going to have to have a root canal. Or not a root canal, an implant put in, and he doesn't want to.
That's the worst thing in the world to me, is the dentist.
I know.
With uveitis, you let a dentist do whatever they want. Like it's not good.
Yeah, he would go get that one taken out.
Yeah, do whatever. But so that probably, I can't imagine that didn't have something to do with it. It's a foreign object in there. So
It also has mercury, and if you happen to be in a patch of mercury at that point, because you're grinding your fillings as you're eating and chewing it throughout the years. So if you get a little patch that has some mercury and you have it on several teeth, it's just too much mercury and it can cause a uveitis flare, supposedly. You didn't totally believe it. I thought it's got to be.
I believed it, or I wouldn't have done it, Steph. I was
You were so desperate. It wasn't believing it. It was desperate that I hope this works, because
I was desperate.
it was a really bad position we were in. Really, really bad.
But like my pain, there's people with way worse pain than me.
Yeah.
When uveitis happens, that's not good. But my body, what happens to my body, I feel like something's happening, especially in the last few days. I mean, I felt something happening all this time, like feeling better and all that.
Yeah.
But the last few days, I feel like something I felt like something just let go. And that's why when I was tying my shoes, I was like, well, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, because that's what I was asking him last night. I'm like, do you think it was the shoes, or do you think it's because you've lost weight? I mean, you feel better when you don't have as much weight on your body. What do you think it is? Do you think it's the diet? And he said, no, it's definitely the way I'm eating.
I can feel it inside it. Yeah, it's the way. I mean, I can feel inside. I don't know how to explain it. Like, imagine there's something that's always there, and all of a sudden it's lessened. Like, imagine you're carrying a wallet like George Costanza, and then one day you take half of the stuff out. That's how I feel.
Okay.
If you don't know that, then look it up on Seinfeld, George Costanza's wallet. I don't want to spoil it for you. It's a great episode.
It is great. But that's the thing, too, is on this diet, we need to know, we need to have a, I don't know what the word is, but...
Control.
Yeah, we need to have something to test when something is bad for him. Like if he eats, we incorporate eggs, if he flares up, we need something to know that hurt him, because he doesn't have it. It's not a bowel thing. He doesn't have gas. He doesn't have diarrhea immediately when he eats something bad. It's nothing like that, a digestive thing. We need something to know, oh, that was bad, in order to have this reincorporating things. So we also ordered a blood test thing for a bunch of things just to see if he's allergic to them. So that might help.
Yeah, and it's been kind of fun. It's been a fun.
It really has
adventure.
been.
I know.
Okay, say you're not allergic to anything and your gut gets corrected and all this stuff gets healed back up. I think we should keep the intermittent fasting, just to not eat snacks at night after when we're watching TV after dinner. And if we eat at 5, which we kind of usually do anyway, and we don't have any snacks and don't eat until 9, we could keep that forever. And I don't know if it's the intermittent fasting that's the diet, plus we're changing our diet.
Combination.
There's all of them. I have no idea, but something has happened where I'm balanced. Yeah. I feel like I'm not hungry, and I've been on lots of other diets, like did a Weight Watchers one. I've done
that's a good way to
like
put
diet pills and things like that, and there's none of them have been something where I just feel content. I'm content all the time. I'm just like,
it's psychological,
whatever. It's weird
and physical, because it eliminates that habit of, like, take us for example. If we've already ate dinner and then we're watching a show or whatever we enjoyed, like there's certain things we like to watch, there's a habit of having certain snacks with it.
Let's have some chips.
Yeah, you just always got to have that.
Let's have ice cream.
Even if you're not hungry.
Yeah, let's have a bowl of cereal.
I know you guys know what we're talking about. You're not necessarily hungry, but there's no reason not to eat those
salty chips.
Yeah, or whatever it is.
Or I made a dessert or
that's
whatever.
Mental. That's not your body saying I'm hungry.
No.
So I think that balance feeling is you lose those cravings. You're just like...
Yes, it would be really hard if I had them. Really hard, I think.
Oh, we would have our butts would blast out like...
Why would our butts blast?
I thought you meant if we just ate a bunch of stuff, a bunch of garbage.
No, I meant that intermittent fasting would be really hard if I didn't feel balanced.
It takes away that, that whole craving, a craving that's not real, a craving that you're not hungry, you're not even close to being starving, and you have these cravings. There's a big difference between that and being legitimately hungry and needing food. And this feels like we satiate that. Because there's times where it's like, you will feel like you need to eat something for lunch even if you're not hungry. You just feel like, I gotta eat something. I'm not gonna make it till dinner time. We're probably a little long-winded on that, but we just want you to know where we're at on this. I'm
excited. I feel like it's fun, and it's definitely doable, and it's just something different. I don't know. We always change things, but I think that this is something, especially if it helps you, that we could definitely continue to do.
Yeah, it feels like it's just another. It just feels like it's part of our life now, like a lifestyle.
Yeah, it's been a month. I've been doing it.
So that's our update, and we'll do this. We'll let you know weekly, and then looking forward to adding stuff in just to see. I'm curious if I hope I don't eat an egg, and that's one of the things. But if it is, it is.
Well, I hate to
hope
tell you
it's not.
this. You don't start with an egg. You start with egg yolk.
I like
The
egg
white
yolk.
is what most people are allergic to that have
Really?
this sort of thing. It's the white.
Oh wow!
So egg yolk is what we can have.
You can make stuff with egg yolk then.
I can just make you scrambled eggs. Egg yolk
Don't
scrambled
people
eggs.
they mix up yolks and put it in something else and make stuff?
Yeah, but it's stuff that,
Not good.
like, well, you don't like it, like hollandaise sauce.
No, I don't want none of that.
Yeah, no.
All right. Well,
No.
we shall see.
Yes.
All right. Until next time.
Enjoy your life.
Enjoy your lives.